Hey guys, my name is Ryan Pettingill, and this is Failing Social. Welcome back, guys. This is Failing Social, a social where failing is always welcome. If you are new to this show, I would have you check out my welcome video at the beginning of the YouTube page. Before we begin into the episode, today's episode is brought to you by AIMASI Aromatherapy gift candle set. It comes with 4 candles with different fragrances of jasmine, lotus, lilac, and white gardenia. 100% eco-friendly soy, so if you need something to set the mood or to burn your house down for the insurance money and something to blame it on. So if that works out for you and that's something you might be interested in, you can find a link for that in the detailed section below. But today I want to talk about overthinking. I think one place to really start with overthinking, to really give a nice rounded understanding of what overthinking is that it's a burden. Overthinking, if you're a self-destructive person, can really really plague your life. I never really felt the contrast of overthinking until I sort of reached a point in my life where I stopped. I was purely in the moment. And it took one of my friends, and he said the craziest thing I have ever heard in my life. And he goes, "Well, man, everything's an illusion." And then he just walks off like some insane scientist. So I had to hunt him down and sort of figure out what was going on. Like, what? Do you really believe everything is an illusion? And he goes, "Well, no, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that," and then just walked away. But he goes, the only thing that's real is this moment, right now. And everything else, the future, the past, even, your ideas and memories, your expectations or, ideas of the future are really just illusions. And the only thing that really matters is this present moment. And I started seeing the world a lot more like that. A lot of the time, we're in a moment with somebody and we might be there, but then we're caught in our heads a lot. We're thinking about this, we're thinking about that, we're thinking about other things. If you've ever had a conversation with somebody where you're looking at them and you can tell they're not there, they're in some other place, and they'll suddenly snap out of it and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, what did you say? I was not listening." Not that they're bored, but I think it's the lack of the appreciation of, the present moment in that time. The best impact you will ever make, and the most you can ever really be you, is in the moment, right? If you're too busy thinking about how you need to be, especially in that moment, you put on a facade. You're not yourself. And that's sort of a dedication, you kind of have to say, I need to stop thinking about anything else that's going on right now, and I need to focus on the thing that's literally right in front of me. Because I'll tell you one thing, thinking about the past is useless. Trying to make up or second guess anything that you've done is a complete waste of time. You're constantly thinking about the past, and then you make decisions, and then you're thinking about, oh, I didn't think about the decision I just made because I was too busy thinking about a decision I made previously. And so you're constantly in this like a second guessing yourself continuously, because you're never fully focused on one moment to make a full decision and then feel confident about that to move on to the next one. And you kind of just have to say, whoever I was then, I know who I want to be now, and I'm going to be that right now. And when I think about it, I know that why am I upset right now? It's probably because I'm just thinking about the past, or it's probably because I'm thinking about the future. There's many ideas and topics that I will talk about throughout the show about fear and about expectations and my opinions on those things, and really how to cultivate better thinking habits. But one thing that I would say is stop being in your head. There's no point to really be there. Even as a creative person, you can be in the moment all the time. because that's when the magic happens. There's some sort of uber focus that you achieve when you're more in the moment. I get more done, you know. It's insane. I get way more done now, and my relationships with people are insanely better because I am more in the moment now. There's a certain part of letting go that needs to happen when you're more in the moment, but I would say a nice step forward is to really interact with the people around you and really care for them and how they feel. Because when you're interested in somebody else and when you're paying attention to them, nothing else is on your mind. And once you've learned how to be more in the moment constantly, you sort of shed, layers of yourself, and you're more comfortable, and you can be more comfortable around people, and you become more confident. I know it's a process, and I know this is an interesting, broad topic, but I think we all need to move toward the direction where we're more in the moment. Focusing on things outside of your control is crippling. It cripples people. It makes them feel like they can't do anything. And as you constantly think more and more about things that you cannot control, and you overthink about things that aren't right in front of you in that time, you lose a bit of yourself. You really do. For me, it's been a huge journey getting to that point. And this is one of these things that, has really come together, and it has been the thing to really change my entire perspective on how I interact with the world. This was the changing point in my life, where now everything is happy. I rarely get sad, and when I do get sad, it's because probably 99% of the time it's just me. I'm making myself unhappy. You will have more fun in the moment than you will ever have thinking about something else. And that can be true said about anything. About work, about even things that, like I'm saying, like even things that you don't like doing, you will have a way better time because you are more in the moment. But there are steps to take, and there are roads to go down. So, I hope you join me in further episodes as I sort of elaborate on this idea of this topic. But for this week, I really want you to focus on just letting go of anything else that might be going on, and really being more in the moment no matter what you're doing. And I know for me it feels like common knowledge at this point. This is part of who I am, and I'm constantly, if one moment is over, that moment has ended, and you enter a new moment with somebody else. And the thing is it's not noticing when it's over, the moment is over for somebody else, but also noticing when the moment is over for you. And either point, the moment is over, and then you move on to the next thing. And that's happiness. That's driving forward. Because life is to be enjoyed and not taken so seriously all the time. And there are times to think critically and really evaluate a situation. But when you've made a decision, that's it. You move on. There's no point. And worrying about the future is, the future is now. We are making what will bring us a better future. So the more focused you are on the moment, and you just sort of say, expect that things will work out in your favor, you take that in that moment. Now, I didn't always think this way, and I want to share with you a story of my life that really was the changing point, that really got me to the point where I get this idea now. Some people don't, really change until they feel like they must, or they feel like they have to. And for me, this was that moment. When I first moved to Salt Lake City, I met this girl, and she was amazing. I hadn't met a girl in a long time that had really knocked my socks off, and sort of for me at that time was amazing. I fell in love. I was hooked. I wanted this to continue as much as possible. So what did I do? I forgot to be me. I said, you know, I'm gonna try to be what she needs. And the reality is she liked me for me, you know, and I was trying to be somebody else for her, which is just an insane idea. Now, to me, I go, why would I ever do that? Why would I ever do that? It's a terrible decision. You know, you should always be yourself, and then, you know, people, if they don't like you for you, then you just sort of move on, right? But I was trying to be someone else for her, and I was trying to be someone else for her friends. At some point, she started to sort of move away from me and drift away and not really be in the relationship anymore, and didn't want to, you know, participate anymore. She was losing interest. And me, what did I do? Oh, I'm like crawling after her. Please take me back. But I didn't really understand, you know, what happened until the very end. There was a red flag that I should have saw a long time ago, and I saw it, and you know, I overlooked it. She was caught up on an ex that had died several years ago. But the thing that didn't really, you know, hit me until the very end of the relationship was that she was really, even years later, she never moved on. She literally said to me, this is the perfect guy. This was my perfect guy, and there will never be another perfect guy in the world. It hurt me, you know? You pull yourself away because there's only one perfect man in the world for you. How am I supposed to play a game like that? Oh, it's a game that you play with men. You think, oh, well, I'll just go through the motions of a relationship and not really invest myself. And then all of a sudden, if I feel invested, it's like something's wrong. But no, there was only one perfect guy for me, right? There you go. You're in your own loop of overthinking it. And I should have left. I should have left. Here we are. And I'm suddenly glad I didn't. Because if I had, it wouldn't have pushed me continuously forward into making the right decision now. Because sometimes you have to fail to really learn. And I guess that's really the idea of failing social, right? It's because with this, you know, you fail 1,000 times and finally you understand it all. It all makes sense to you, and everything's good. Everything's happy. Life is somewhat meaningful yet meaningless, and we all sort of move forward in our own ways. But that's my story. Take it or leave it. This is Failing Social. Thank you for watching. My name is Ryan Pettingill. I think if you can change your perception, you can change your world. Have a great week. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you hated the video, and you probably did, so you guys, you've made it. I'm just like, hey guys. If you hated the video, then, you know, I don't care, but comment your hatred below, so I can see it, and everyone else can see it, because that's great. If you liked the video and you want to support me, please become a patron. Can I get like one good take? Like to support me, you guys can check out my Patreon page and become a Patreon. Because I can't speak today. Oh, with confidence. Become a patron. Check out my Patreon page and become a patron. Okay, guys. Follow me on Facebook or Instagram, and please, and don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue this shot forever. Subscribe button below and become a subscriber to the show. Check out next week's episode where I will see you there, hopefully. All the links that you need can be found in the detailed section below. I will see you next time.